I think Bad Robot is one of those companies you really want to work for because you know that it's going to be big, it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be great characters, it's going to be a great story, and the whole production team behind camera is some of the best in the world. So you want to work with companies that create these epic stories. And JJ himself, he's producing this film, but he's also one of the creative partners to Julius, and he's a cool man. I think this is a different take on the whole Second World War genre, and it's about a couple of parachuters who have to drop down behind enemy lines and to take out this radio tower so the troops can arrive on D-Day. And then they meet the Germans. I've always teased my European colleagues when they've done Russians and Germans. And I was like, I'm never, ever gonna do a German. I'm never, ever gonna do a Russian. Cut to now. Here I am in the most beautiful set doing an SS Waffen officer. And I'm enjoying it. I love being the antagonist. There's something interesting in being an antagonist. And it's my job to try to make him so realistic as possible. The protagonist can sometimes be a little bit boring because you have to be the backbone of a story. You have to be the straight man. And when you're doing the villain, you can do all these crazy decisions, and you can overact like you've never overacted before, and you can actually plan an evil laughter and get away with it, and people come up afterwards and go like, I love that laughter. And that's what I love about being an actor, is to do these crazy characters. If I weren't having such a good time, I would do something else. If you use a word as a monster, you automatically think it's unreal. But if you say, or if you call it a super soldier, which is very difficult for me to say, it becomes more realistic. And even though if you're making an unreal thing, you have to make it in a realistic world. I actually try to see it as realistic as possible. Every single film that I've taken on, I see them as a thing where you have to be as realistic and honest as possible. I'm not trying to create a supervillain who wouldn't be possible in the world we're living in. I want to create an evil man who is realistic. That's the most frightening thing I know of, if this is actually possible. I enjoyed my collaboration with Wyatt a lot. I think he's an incredible actor. I actually think the whole cast in this film is some very, very young and very talented new generation of actors, and very diverse. I like that. Julius is a very visionary, very, very interesting director, and he's extremely sweet and humble, and he's one of the mates. He's a one-of-a-kind guy. He's up for any crazy idea you might have as an actor, and he's actually encouraging you to give more and more and more. But I think it's safe to say that this movie is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting and good.